Today I want to answer some of the questions and from comments that I got from my last video, the ultimate caramel apple pie. And I thought answering the comments in, well, kind of in person, I thought it'd be a lot of fun. But first, welcome to Stillworks and Brewing. My name is Randy, and this is the channel that's all about home distillation and brewing. Alright, let's get started. And what I'll do is I'll put a card up here somewhere. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that video, so you can watch that first and come on back to this. But what we made was a Carmel Apple Pie Moonshine, kind of like a cocktail more or less. Okay, so let's check out our comments. I just wanted to go over this because I thought it'd be fun. But first thing, we need to sample a little bit of it, don't we? So here's our apple pie, and what I did is I made a double batch which gave me 20 quarts. I don't have much of it left. I like to give it out this time of year, give some friends some, and spread it around. Everybody seemed to really like this. It's super easy to make and very enjoyable. I like it on ice, and I like it ice cold. So I stored it in the refrigerator. I mean, that's just the way I particularly do it. Okay, so let's check out some of the comments. The very first one was kind of neat. Is from a guy named Shadow4280, and his comment was cool first. So he was the very first one to comment. I've seen people do that before, and that's pretty neat. Alright, so the next was Rob Staggs. And if I mispronounce somebody's name, I am sorry. He said he's definitely going to try this. Kim Sutton said it was not really moonshine. Well, technically, you're right. I use a grain alcohol, Everclear. Everybody's heard of Everclear, and it's actually it's 189 proof here. And I use that because for me to make that higher proof neutral spirit, it takes a lot of work, and so I just used that. But I did use my own bourbon. I did use my own spiced rum. And I used a commercial whipped cream vodka just for a little bit of spice and flavor in there. Okay, but nevertheless, it tastes good. And after it sits and all the flavors go together for a couple of days, it's even better. So if you do make it today, put it in the refrigerator, let it sit for at least a couple of days. Alright. A guy named Extra Zero, he mentioned that we did use my bourbon and rum, and so that's that. Andy N, love those measures. Well, yes, this is not precise. I had that much left in the recipe called for this much. I had this much left in a bottle. I'm throwing it in there. Alright, it's all in fun. But a guy named In the Foxhole, he said, come on man, the cider was measured to the drop. Well, yes it was. It was measured to the drop. It was exactly 1 gallon. Okay, so yes, that was measured. Alright, the next one was Mike W., which he has been a friend of the channel for a long time. He said, oh my god, it sounds great. You have some lucky friends. Which one of those was heading my way? I wish I could. And everybody that I did give them to, they really liked it. And they wanted the recipe because they're going to make their own, so maybe some of them will come back to me. That's the way it's supposed to work, right? Okay, so the next was from somebody named Windsong. Windsong is a friend of Cyrus over at Stillin' in the Clear. Great channel. You ought to check him out. He has a lot of great recipes and how-tos, and pretty good, funny guy. You need to check his channel out. Okay. She said, ultimate caramel apple pie! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Yes. All right. Moving on. The next one was from Where Did You Find 190? The highest. Oh, wait a minute. Beard Box Designs. Where did you find 190? The highest he can find is 120. Yeah, there's different states, got different laws. This state, they're allowed to sell, well, 190, but actually they outlawed the 190, so Everclear come out with 189. So that's what we're allowed to buy. And Scott Clay, he's the one that actually let us know about that, because I didn't know about that. And Scott Clay also said he'd never thought of caramel apple, and it sure sounds delicious. Was that caramel cream syrup? Yes. What I did use was, it's just like what you put on ice cream. It was, I think it comes in a 22-ounce container from like Hershey's or whatever. You could use any caramel you wanted to, but that's what I ended up using. Caramel cream syrup. It was like what you put on ice cream. Turned out very well. I mean, when you taste it, you can taste just a hint of the caramel. Yeah, woo. All right, next. Highly Spirited. All right, now Highly Spirited has his own channel. He does a lot of experiments with syrups and infusions, and a pretty comical guy. And I think Jesse over still said it was like father's humor. Yeah, I like him. He's pretty cool. So he said, I think you struck gold with this one, Randy. I just love apple pie moonshine. I just wanted to try this so bad, I think I'm going to burst. Well, I really appreciate that comment. I wish you could have some. Make some. It is delicious. Alright. Next, Kevin Hoban. Just finished watching your video. Really think it's good. I'm going to give it a try. I was asked about putting store-bought alcohol in there. I don't get that. I'm not sure about that with Kevin. Oh yeah, I mean, I put store-bought. I mean, yeah, we make our own spirits, but sometimes you just can't either have enough time or you just don't have any on hand and you get an idea and you want to get it done. So I don't have no problem with, you know, some store-bought. Hey, it's all in the hobby. It's all good. Kevin also commented, have you ever, you're getting ready to distill, have you ever added some whiskey that was store-bought into your pot? He has some old scotch. Well, yeah, you can, he has some old scotch that I guess he does not care for. The only thing I will say about scotch, depending if it is peated or not, if it's not peated, yeah, you throw it in there, you know, it'll clean up pretty nice. Sometimes that peated, unless you want that taste, it can really, really shine through, and you might not get what you want. Okay. Okay, the next one, Dude Brews. Sounds like it could get me in trouble. For real though, sounds great. Cheers. Yes. Be careful. It can get you in trouble. I think it come out to about, and I'm gonna guess, right around 35 proof. That's what it should be, 35, near 40 proof. But the problem is you can drink too much of it. Get you in trouble. All right. The last one was the Lost Boy Scout. Sounds like a great idea. I have made a lot of apple pies. The only thing I don't like putting the cinnamon sticks in the final product. I found if you don't drink it in with a few days, the cinnamon sticks start to break down and leaves a grit in your product. Well, it could be true, but it just usually don't last me that long. It will settle. So right, before you want to serve it, you just give it a good shake, and because there's a lot of, from the cider, the apple cider and everything, that will settle out. So, but it's very, very, very pleasing. All right, now, what I wanted to do, like I said, I just want to read some of the comments. Give you a little bit of a update on the apple pie. It seemed like everybody was interested in it. I would suggest, hey, make some. If you give it out for the holidays, they will really appreciate that. And I just wanted to let you know, one thing I wanted to let you know is I do read all the comments, good and bad, and to be honest with you, I don't get very many bad ones, once in a while. But it's mostly constructive criticism is the way I take it. But I do read them all, and I try to answer them all. Okay, so yeah, please leave a comment. I love to hear from you. And I just thought this was just a little chat, I could have done it in a live stream, but I found live streams, to me, is a little bit difficult. But it was great to have a little chat with you guys. I really enjoy doing this program, this channel. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so thanks for commenting. Thanks for showing interest and all that good stuff. And hopefully we can just keep everything going. If there's something else out there that you would like for me to try, hey, I'm open for suggestions. My son did, you met Kevin, he wanted to make some blueberry cobbler. That could be interesting. I love blueberries, so that might be something I'm going to think about. Maybe I'll get him to help us. So, last thing I got to say, hey, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time here on Stillworks and Brewing. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again.